Money has been around for over 5,000 years, evolving from barter to coins, paper bills, and digital payments. But now, we're entering a whole new chapter, one where there isn't just physical mode of payments. We have digital currencies now, and with the increasing AI influence, it could flip everything we know about money on its head. Imagine a world where your paycheck isn't tied to a bank, and your financial decisions are guided by AI smarter than any human. Sounds wild, right? This isn't science fiction, it's already happening. In this video, we'll dive into how these innovations are reshaping the economy and what it means for your future. So, stay tuned till the end.
While Bitcoin may be a part of our future, many of us don't fully understand it.
The history and evolution of money. For thousands of years, money has been the cornerstone of human civilization, evolving from simple barter systems to complex digital transactions. The earliest form of money wasn't coins or cash, it was trade. Ancient societies used goods like cattle, grains, and even shells to exchange value. Around 3000 BCE, Mesopotamian societies introduced silver as a standardized measure of trade, marking the first move towards a monetary system. Coins emerged around 600 BC in the ancient kingdom of Lydia, which today is Turkey, and were crafted using electrum, a mix of gold and silver. These coins simplified trade, making transactions quicker and more reliable. By 700 CE, paper money appeared in Tang Dynasty China, later adopted by Europe in the 13th century after Marco Polo's travels. This marked a major shift, as paper money was lighter, easier to transport, and could represent large values. Fast forward to the 20th century, and money became increasingly abstract. In 1944, the Bretton Woods Agreement established the US dollar as the global reserve currency, pegged to gold. But by 1971, the US abandoned the gold standard, making money purely fiat, which made its value based solely on trust in governments and economies. The late 20th century saw the birth of electronic payments, starting with credit cards in the 1950s and online banking in the 1990s. By the early 2000s, digital platforms like PayPal revolutionized how people sent and received money globally. Today, the evolution continues with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, introduced in 2009, and innovations like blockchain, which decentralize and democratize money. How ancient money was made. Have you ever wondered how were the money being produced back in the day? Well, as you can imagine, it wasn't an easy job and took painstakingly long time. Back in the day, coins weren't cranked out by machines. Instead, they started as blobs of melted metal, gold, silver, or bronze. These were poured into molds or hammered into thin sheets, then cut into chunks called blanks. The real magic came next. Each blank was sandwiched between two dies, which had the coin's design carved into them. A mint worker would smash a hammer onto the top die, stamping the design into the blank. But this wasn't like stamping cookies. Every die was engraved by hand, often with incredible detail. Some ancient engravers were such perfectionists that they might have used early magnifying glasses to get the fine lines just right. Still, mistakes happened all the time. Coins often had blurry designs or got double struck when the die shifted during hammering. Plus, imagine doing this all day, one coin at a time. It's not a job for me for sure. Around the 11th century, merchants and governments printed notes on thick paper made from bamboo. But they weren't like our crisp notes. The early notes were stamped with red ink and detailed designs to make them hard to copy. Counterfeiting was a big thing, so to make things worse, overprinting led to inflation, and people sometimes lost trust in the value of the paper. Imagine how challenging it must have been to meet the growing demands for currency in ancient economies without modern machinery. The shift toward a cashless economy. Cash has been king for a very long time, but things have started to shift now. Over the past decade, digital payments have exploded, with countries like Sweden leading the way. It's actually called as the most cashless society on the planet. In Sweden, only about 9% of payments are made in cash, and many businesses no longer accept it at all. Other countries like China and South Korea are close behind, driven by mobile payment giants like Alipay and KakaoPay. So why are we moving towards a cashless economy, convenience and speed? To be honest, digging for coins or waiting for change feels ancient in the digital world. Cashless payments revolutionize this by offering lightning-fast, hassle-free transactions. Whether you're swiping a card, tapping your smartphone, or scanning a QR code, payments happen in seconds. This convenience reduces long checkout lines in stores and boosts efficiency for businesses. Plus, with mobile payment apps like Apple Pay or Google Pay, you don't even need a wallet anymore. Your phone has it all covered. Online shopping has also become easier. Instead of inputting card details every time, platforms now save payment info securely, allowing you to check out with just a click. Even industries like public transport are catching up, where contactless payments can replace slow ticketing processes. These advancements aren't just about speed. They also cater to a world that demands instant gratification, making them especially appealing to younger, tech-savvy generations. But this isn't just about being trendy. Post-pandemic, contactless payments surged as a safer option, reducing physical interaction at payment points. This growing convenience explains why digital payments are becoming the new normal across the globe. Increased security. Security is a major bonus of going cashless. Unlike cash, which can be lost or stolen without a trace, digital payments offer multiple layers of protection. Encryption, tokenization, and two-factor authentication are just some tools keeping your financial details safe. If you lose a credit card, you can cancel it in minutes, something you can't do with cash. Digital wallets like PayPal or Venmo also enhance security by masking your card details during transactions. Biometric methods like fingerprint or facial recognition make fraud even harder. Some apps notify you instantly of any payment activity, so you can spot suspicious transactions immediately. It's also a convenience for governments and businesses because they can benefit from digital records, reducing opportunities for illegal activities like money laundering or tax evasion. Of course, risks like cyber attacks exist, but advancements in cybersecurity and fraud prevention are making these systems safer every year. While digital payments aren't foolproof, they're far less risky than walking around with wads of cash. With better security measures, it's no surprise the world is ditching physical money for virtual ones. Cost efficiency. Handling cash is surprisingly expensive. From printing and distributing notes to securing and transporting cash, it racks up huge costs for governments and businesses. For example, printing a $1 bill costs around 5.4 cents, while printing a $100 bill costs 15.4 cents. This means that printing 100 $100 bills would cost more than $5. Going digital eliminates these expenses. For businesses, it also reduces the time and resources spent on cash counting, storage, and depositing money at banks. Digital transactions often come with lower processing fees, especially compared to older systems like check payments. They also speed up payment processing, improving cash flow for businesses. Governments save millions by not having to replace damaged bills or coins, and they can channel these funds into public services instead. Another benefit is that consumers benefit from cashback offers, reward points, and discounts that often come with making digital payments, making spending smarter and more cost-effective. Still, critics say that going cashless could incur hidden costs, such as transaction fees from payment processors. But as competition among fintech companies grows, these fees are becoming negligible. Transparency and accountability. A cashless economy is like a giant ledger. Every digital transaction leaves a trail. This transparency makes it harder for illegal activities like tax evasion, bribery, or money laundering to fly under the radar. Governments can track payments more effectively, ensuring businesses and individuals pay their fair share of taxes. This isn't just a win for public funds, but also builds trust in the financial system. On the accountability side, digital payments empower customers. If there's a billing error or fraud, electronic records provide clear evidence, making disputes easier to resolve. Plus, businesses can't hide revenue as easily, promoting fairness in competition and pricing. Countries adopting cashless systems like Sweden and Denmark have reported significant reductions in their shadow economies. Of course, this shift depends on robust privacy protections, so transparency doesn't lead to over-surveillance. Global trends in technology. The rise of digital wallets, cryptocurrencies, and contactless payments is reshaping the global economy. In 2023, non-cash transactions worldwide surpassed 1,411 billion and is reported to cross 1,650 billion in 2024. Countries like China have gone nearly cashless in urban areas, with over 800 million people using mobile payment platforms like Alipay and WeChat Pay. Estimates say that the number of contactless payment transactions in China are 4 times higher than in the United States. This trend is driven by rapid advancements in tech like near-field communication, NFC, blockchain, and AI. Governments and businesses are pushing cashless solutions because they're more efficient, scalable, and adaptable to global trade. However, challenges like digital literacy, cybersecurity, and equitable access remain hurdles for universal adoption. Financial inclusion. Going cashless is a game changer for financial inclusion. In developing regions, nearly 1.4 billion adults remain unbanked, mostly because traditional banking infrastructure doesn't reach them. Digital payment platforms bridge this gap. Services like India's UPI or Brazil's Pix enable even people with basic smartphones to make payments, save money, or access microloans. For governments, cashless systems offer a direct line to distribute subsidies, pensions, or relief funds without leakages. It also helps integrate the informal economy, small businesses, street vendors, and gig workers into the formal sector, giving them access to credit and growth opportunities. But inclusivity needs affordable access to tech and digital education, and this way, no one will be left behind in the cashless revolution. Environmental concerns. Printing and managing cash isn't exactly kind to the planet. Producing paper money uses resources like cotton and linen, not to mention the energy and chemicals required for printing. Coins need mining for metals, which can lead to environmental damage. Then there's the life cycle of cash, transporting it in armored vehicles, storing it in energy-hungry ATMs, and even disposing of worn-out bills. In comparison, digital payments seem greener. A cashless society could mean fewer trucks on the road and less energy spent on producing physical currency. But don't think it's all sunshine and rainbows. The servers, data centers, and devices that power digital payments consume electricity too, which is still mostly tied to non-renewable energy. Studies suggest that going cashless could cut environmental impact significantly if renewable energy powers these systems. Adaptability during crises. When disaster strikes, like a pandemic or a natural calamity, handling physical cash can become risky or downright impractical. Take COVID-19, for example. People ditched cash for contactless payments to avoid touching potentially contaminated bills. Plus, in emergencies where physical infrastructure is damaged, digital payments often keep the economy moving. Governments and aid organizations also find it easier to distribute financial help digitally. Transferring funds directly to mobile wallets instead of dealing with logistics, like printing and distributing paper vouchers, is faster, safer, and often more reliable. Integration with emerging technologies. Cashless systems are blending seamlessly with tech trends like AI, blockchain, and IoT. Think about mobile payment apps that predict your spending patterns or smart devices that let you pay with a voice command. Blockchain offers secure, transparent, and decentralized payment methods. These innovations don't just make payments cooler, they make them smarter. Digital systems can handle massive transaction volumes, integrate with financial tools, and even offer personalized budgeting tips. Consumer trends and rewards. The shift to cashless payments isn't just about convenience, it's also about rewards. Consumers love how easy it is to earn points, cashback, or discounts just by using their phones or cards. Mobile payment apps like Apple Pay and Google Pay often offer loyalty programs, which means you can score deals like cashback, travel points, or special discounts every time you buy something. It's a win-win. You spend money, but you also get something back. People are increasingly turning to these digital wallets because of the perks. For example, some credit cards linked to mobile payments reward users for everyday purchases, like groceries or dining out. Buy now, pay later. Services are taking off, giving shoppers more flexibility while offering incentives to keep using cashless options. This trend is reshaping how people manage money, making it easier to track expenses, stay within budget, and maximize rewards. The rewards are making cashless payments even more appealing, with nearly 90% of consumers in the US using some form of digital payment. It's clear, cashless payments are not just easier, they make spending feel like a smart move, offering tangible benefits with every transaction. The boom of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency's rise has been a wild ride, and it all started back in 2009 when Bitcoin was created by someone anonymous, using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. The big idea behind Bitcoin was to build a currency that didn't need banks or governments. It was all about being decentralized, meaning that no single entity controlled it. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies use the secure blockchain system that records every transaction and makes it impossible to mess with. Now, how does it work? Well, whenever you send or receive crypto, it's verified by miners who solve complex math problems using powerful computers. This process makes sure everything is legit. And once it's verified, the transaction gets added to the blockchain. What's cool about this is that it's transparent, and the transactions can't be reversed, unlike traditional banking where things can sometimes get changed or erased. That's why people trust it so much. As for where crypto is used, it's not just a niche thing anymore. Countries like El Salvador have actually made Bitcoin legal tender, which means people can use it for everyday payments. Japan and a bunch of other countries have also embraced it, making it part of their financial systems. But not everyone's on board. For example, China has banned crypto trading and mining, mainly because they're worried about losing control over their currency and financial systems. Now let's talk about the good and bad sides of crypto. On the plus side, crypto can be super useful in countries where the local currency is unstable, or if you don't have access to traditional banking. Plus, there's no middleman like a bank taking fees, and it's fast. But it's not perfect. The value of crypto can swing wildly, which makes it a risky investment. It's also hard for some countries to regulate and keep track of, especially with crypto being used for illegal activities like money laundering. Although crypto has revolutionized the financial world in many ways, it's still got a lot of growing up to do. There are some issues with how it works at scale, and the energy needed to mine cryptocurrencies is a huge environmental concern. Despite the drawbacks, its benefits, like giving people more financial freedom and being an alternative to traditional banking, make it clear why it's here to stay. Artificial intelligence. Another important and major part of today's world is artificial intelligence. So, is AI going to take over everything, including the money market? Well, kinda, but not exactly in the way we might imagine from sci-fi movies. AI is already transforming the financial world, but it's not about robots taking control. It's more about smarter systems improving the way things are done. For starters, AI is making financial markets way more efficient. It can process huge amounts of data and make split-second decisions about buying and selling stocks, which is super helpful for things like high-frequency trading. It can also predict market trends by analyzing patterns that humans might miss. On top of that, AI is being used to improve risk management by spotting potential issues before they blow up. Now, what about jobs? Will AI replace people in finance? It's true that some roles, like data analysts and even traders, might be automated, but people are still needed to interpret results and make big decisions. However, AI is also creating new jobs, like AI specialists and ethics managers, to make sure the tech is used responsibly. In short, AI won't take over completely, but it's definitely changing how we handle money, making things faster, smarter, and sometimes a little less risky. It's just a matter of keeping up with the tech and adapting to it. The best ways to grow money. Now, everyone wants to grow their bank account, and while it's already hard to earn money, it's even harder to grow it. Today, if you want to increase your financial worth, It's a lot about adapting to how the market is shifting. The traditional ways, like saving in a bank or investing in real estate, are still solid, but there's a whole new world opening up thanks to tech and digital assets. Let's explore how you can do it. Stock market. The stock market is still one of the best ways to grow money. The global stock market is worth around $110 trillion as of 2024. While the market can be volatile, investing in blue-chip stocks or ETFs can offer solid, long-term growth. Plus, now you can use robo-advisors or AI tools to help make smarter, data-driven decisions without being a Wall Street pro. Cryptocurrency. The crypto market has exploded, reaching a market cap of over $2 trillion in 2021. Although it fluctuates a lot, cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and newer coins have gained popularity, and some see them as a hedge against inflation. One Bitcoin value is nearing $100,000, but then again, it's risky, so do your research. If you're not into the volatility of coins, look into staking or earning passive income through crypto lending platforms. Real estate. Real estate is still a go-to option for building wealth, but now you don't need to buy physical properties to get in. You can invest in real estate through crowdfunding platforms or REITs real estate investment trusts, which have grown to over $2 trillion globally. It's a great way to get exposure to property without the hassle of being a landlord. AI and tech investments. As tech keeps advancing, investing in AI, cloud computing, or renewable energy is a smart move. These industries are growing fast. AI alone is expected to contribute $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030. Tech stocks and venture capital investments can offer huge returns if you're willing to take the risk. So although money has changed its form, it will always have value, and all you need to do is stay on top of trends and invest wisely. That's it for today. If you found the video helpful, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in another video very soon.